Welcome to the 21st century, where going viral has a whole new meaning. And no, it's not just about your cat video blowing up. It's about illnesses spreading through Wi-Fi signals and hashtags. Feeling a weird ache after doom scrolling through Twitter at 3 a.m.? Congratulations, you might have caught the latest trending syndrome. Today, we're exploring the darkly hilarious and slightly horrifying world of psychogenic illnesses in the age of social media. Buckle up, this ride is part science, part satire, and 100% proof that the internet might be messing with our brains. Psychogenic illnesses occur when the mind tricks the body into experiencing real physical symptoms. These symptoms have no organic cause, yet they feel entirely real. Think of it as your brain deciding to experiment with its own DIY medical horror show. Historical examples include the infamous dancing plagues, where entire groups of people danced uncontrollably for days until they collapsed. In modern times, the same phenomenon still happens, except now, instead of dancing, it's tics, seizures, or sudden food intolerances. And instead of spreading through word of mouth, it's spreading through hashtags and TikTok trends. Social media is the perfect breeding ground for mass psychogenic illness. In the past, these conditions required physical proximity, people in the same town developing a mystery illness together. But thanks to social media, a single TikTok video can be the patient zero of a brand new symptom trend. One of the most well-documented cases involved a wave of teenagers developing Tourette's like tics after binge-watching TikTok influencers with the disorder. Suddenly, neurologists around the world were flooded with cases of teens experiencing nearly identical tics, many of which mirrored specific phrases and gestures seen in viral videos. The internet had effectively created a contagious neurological condition without a virus in sight. Cyberchondria is another digital age phenomenon fueling psychogenic symptoms. It's what happens when you innocently Google a mild headache and 3 pages later convince yourself you have a rare, fatal brain disease. The internet has democratized medical information, which is great, except it has also turned casual symptom checking into a full-blown existential crisis. Social media makes this worse by providing an endless supply of anecdotal horror stories. Someone posts, "My doctor said it was nothing, but it turned out to be a rare disorder," and suddenly, thousands of people with mild aches and pains spiral into panic. Ironically, anxiety itself can cause very real physical symptoms, so the more you worry about being sick, the more you start feeling sick. It's a vicious cycle powered by algorithms designed to keep you engaged, not to keep you sane. The rise of trending disorders on social media has led to an explosion of self-diagnosis. Some awareness is good. People learning about conditions they genuinely have and seeking help is a win. But there's a darker side. The power of suggestion can lead people to develop symptoms they don't actually have. TikTok has turned dissociative identity disorder, DID, a rare and complex condition, into a trend, with countless users suddenly claiming multiple personalities. Clinics are now seeing waves of teens convinced they have DID, despite having no prior symptoms. Similarly, young people are self-diagnosing ADHD, autism, and chronic illnesses after seeing influencers discuss them, leading to a surge in mistaken self-diagnoses. The problem isn't that these conditions aren't real, it's that social media distorts how they manifest, making people believe that every quirky behavior or moment of forgetfulness is a sign of a serious neurological condition. Online health communities can be a double-edged sword. They offer support and validation, but they can also reinforce illness identity, making recovery harder. Some groups become echo chambers, where symptoms are discussed and analyzed endlessly, reinforcing the belief that a person is permanently sick. In extreme cases, these communities discourage members from seeking professional help, favoring self-diagnosis and alternative treatments over medical intervention. The result? A cycle where people get trapped in their symptoms, constantly fueling their anxieties with more online content. Doomscrolling and social media addiction also play a major role in worsening these conditions. Doomscrolling, the act of compulsively consuming negative or distressing news, keeps people in a state of heightened anxiety. This stress response triggers physical symptoms like headaches, stomach issues, and dizziness, which then fuel even more anxiety. Social media platforms exploit this by using algorithms designed to maximize engagement, rewarding users with dopamine hits from likes and shares. The same dopamine that makes social media addictive also drives people to seek validation for their symptoms, reinforcing their illness beliefs. It's a self-perpetuating loop of stress, symptoms, and social media reinforcement. Breaking free from this cycle requires a conscious effort to manage social media consumption. Limiting exposure to health-related content, following credible medical sources instead of anecdotal stories, and taking regular digital detoxes can help restore balance. Setting boundaries, like avoiding symptom checking at night or unfollowing accounts that fuel health anxiety, can also make a big difference. Practicing mindfulness, engaging in real-world activities, and seeking professional guidance instead of relying on internet self-diagnosis are all essential steps in maintaining mental and physical well-being. Social media is a powerful tool, but when it comes to health, it's also a double-edged sword. It connects people, spreads awareness, and provides support, but it can also fuel unnecessary anxiety, encourage self-diagnosis, and even create mass psychogenic illnesses. The human mind is incredibly susceptible to suggestion, and in an age where trends dictate everything from fashion to symptoms, it's more important than ever to approach online health content with a critical eye. So the next time you feel an unexplained symptom, ask yourself, is this a real medical issue or did I catch it from my